Welcome, y'all. Welcome to Twisted Tragedies, where we follow all the twists and turns. I'm your host, Elise. Welcome to the stream. Hey, everybody. Hi, Jack. Hi, Jewdrops. Hi, Penny. Shanja, Leah. Hi, everybody. How is everybody today? So there were a couple interesting motions that came out this morning, and I suspect that there will be more because we still had like 20 I know, right? It possibly could be. Karen. Hey, freak. It could be. I'm on auntie duty today, so I have my little co-host over here that's a little cranky. So, you might hear the baby cries periodically. Hence the camera not being on right now. So just a heads up, y'all. But it was quite interesting that in one of the auntie duty. Yeah, duty, exactly. Duty. Blessings you, Missy. I thought it was quite interesting this morning that one of the first things was the juror stuff and how no spectator, which includes us, right, or journalist is going to be allowed to talk about the appearance of the jurors, as the sewer turtle and Machado tried to do, sort of doxing the jurors and what they looked like last trial, right? In the first trial. Hi, Chris. So I found it funny that was one of the first things that they made clear. Judge Coney was like, yep, nope, that's not happening. Also, I did read that really hilarious letter that guessing a turtle writer or one of the cultists wrote about Judge Canoe. I call her Judge Canoe. Judge Canoe, how dare she? And I kid you not when I say, I literally almost spit out my drink because I laughed so hard reading the part where he was like, and Judge Canoe kept telling the jury to go out of the room so they didn't know stuff that was going on in the trial. And I literally almost spit out my drink because, hey, geniuses, cultists, hey, cultists, this is why you guys don't write judges letters in an ongoing case that you know nothing about. A Judge Saylor can't help you, by the way. Judge Saylor probably himself literally pissed himself laughing at that letter. That's what they're supposed to do. The jury's not supposed to hear certain things. It can bias the jury. There's a reason why juries are sent out, you absolute geniuses. I literally was like, this is the exact problem we have, right? This right here. This is the problem. The problem we have is people who have no idea what they're effing talking about, acting like it's some sort of pearl clutching fake anger over something that's supposed to happen, right? That's part of the problem with this case is people just like repeating that kind of stuff. It's a little ridiculous. It's absurdity in my opinion. Hold on. Incoming baby. All right, Missy. You want to sit with me? Want to say hi to the people? Say hi, peoples. Hi, all the peoples. All the peoples. She just likes to sit up. She does not like to not be held. She's a holding, snuggling type baby, huh, Missy? Yeah, she's stage 5 clinger, stage 5. She does not like to be put down, so she's gonna sit. She's gonna sit with Auntie, huh? You're gonna sit with Auntie. Say hi, peoples. Hi, peoples. Hi, peoples. No, no, it's a copyright strike, ma'am. Yeah, no, yeah, no, it nothing alls is exactly right. No, you cannot press the buttons, lady. Sorry, you cannot press all the buttons. She's like now trying to press all the buttons on the live stream. Like, no, I'm sorry, you cannot press those buttons because then the peoples can't hear us. I know. She's like staring at the screen. Like, what is that? Toodly dee. I actually Freak's gonna clip the clip for me. The clip of the the turtle douche diary of a wimpy sewer turtle. It's gonna do that for me because I was having a problem clipping it. So Jack, I am too. It's really obnoxious, right? These people, and oh my god, I've blocked quite a few, like just in general, because I get the cultists that like pop in here and then try to like say something insulting like there's only 50 people watching, and I'm like, I guess 50 more than is watching you, isn't it? Like, and they fail to understand that when you stream from multiple platforms, that the number they're seeing on YouTube is not the total number. So it's like they don't even know what they're talking about when it comes to streaming, which is exactly why I just laugh because it's like, at least if you're gonna insult someone, like know what the hell you're talking about, bro. Like, yeah, 227 cracks me up at this point. Like, bro, it's been debunked like 72 times over. A DB wall file does not give you a timestamp for a Google search. It gives you a timestamp for what time that tab was opened, closed, moved to the background, whatever. Like, but it does not give you a timestamp for a damn Google search, you buffoons. Like, the fact that they keep screaming that, and that's the other part that gets me, right? 227 happened. Then why isn't Jen McCabe named as one of their third party culprits? Anyone? McFly? I'll wait. I'll wait. I'll wait. Like, if that was true and 2:27 a.m. happened and they know it wasn't completely debunked, why didn't they name Jen McCabe? Without that Google search, your conspiracy falls apart. So why didn't they name her as a third party culprit? Are they gonna say Brian Albert took Jen McCabe's phone while she was laying in her own bed at 2:27 a.m. in the morning with her watch on, showing that she had the lowest heart rate that she had all day long? Like, is that what they're? Yeah, like the inverted video. Yes, DJ, that's a good one too. I love that they use the word inverted instead of mirror. I apologize, y'all. Um, the baby yeeted me. She yeeted us on out. She pressed the back button while I was trying to move her, and she yeeted us. So yeah, the inverted video. I love that they use the word inverted and not hi Frank, and they don't use the word mirrored because it's actually mirrored. The correct word for that would be mirrored. Like that's what my videos are mirrored. It's the way they record. I have to change the setting if I want it to record not mirrored. Uh, so they use the word inverted so that it makes it sound like horrific and horrible, and they can clutch their pearls. Listen, girl, Listen. Like, how dare they? How dare? Like, no, they did not name Jen McCabe as a third party culprit. But if you're gonna say that she's involved, why would you not name her but name Colin, who wasn't even there? He didn't. He was gone before Karen and John arrived out front. So why name him and not her? You know what I'm saying? Like, they did it on purpose. Hey, Dixie Doodles. Hey, Leon. That's another thing. The fact that Celebrate themselves stepped in to say, yeah, nah, Mr. Green totally read our stuff wrong. And then we had to make a patch for buffoons. That's what I call it. The patch for buffoons who are not, who can't read Celebrate and are not, certified in reading Celebrate. Yeah, because that's what happened ultimately. They made a patch so that people like Richard Green could not read that software incorrectly ever again. Sorry, y'all. I'm just like trying to get situated here with the baby's trying to eat her very large toy. She's teething. trying to move myself around here so it's the most comfortable position for the both of us. How about we do this? All right. How about we? All right. Can we put this? No? Can we put this on your lap? You gotta put your foot down, lady. Put your foot down. There we go. Sorry, y'all. So yeah, like, I mean, come on, dude. It's utterly ridiculous. Like, there's no the inverted video changes nothing. They scream about it because, and even the lawyers at one point were actually trying to like insinuate to people that you would magically see the opposite side of the car if it wasn't inverted. Then they played said, quote, fixed, as they called it, video. But in reality, they are the ones that altered it. If it was recorded as mirrored and they unmirrored it, then they are the ones that altered it, the defense. Like, that's ultimately what happened, right? Like, so I find it funny that they sit there and they whine and bitch about inverted video, and they're like, oh, make people think that they could possibly see the other side of the car. They would not be able to see the other side of the car. That would not be a thing. Like, not even by a long shot. So you have to like laugh, because intelligent people know that a mirrored video, if you flip it and it's not mirrored, you still can't see what you can't see. You're not magically going to see. Girl, listen. You cannot eat the very large toy that's bigger than you, okay? I'm sorry you're upset about it, but you cannot eat this toy. It is bigger than you, ma'am. You can press the buttons, see? But you cannot eat it. I'll give you a teether if you want something to eat. You ate your bottle, you changed. You should be fed and happy, lady. Does not like to not be held. That's one of her main things, huh? She wants to be snuggled and loved. All right, I think you're getting mad at this toy. Let's give you a different one. What about the duck? It's like Turtle Boy, except a duck. I don't want to be a duck. I don't want to be a chicken. I just want to be me. I just want to be me. No, you can't pull. Okay. This, I knew this is going to be difficult doing a live stream with a baby. My kids are a little bit bigger than my niece. She's only 7 months. But I didn't think you were going to be pulling my headphones. Let's give you a teether. How about that? Hi. Hold on one second, guys. I'm going to give her a toy that she can actually put in her mouth. She's teething. That's why she gets cranky, huh? Get the crankiness. I know it. Terrible. I'm so mean that I gave you all these toys to play with, huh? I just, it's so funny. Well, like Celebrate themselves, like, are telling you that hey, Richard Green read this wrong. Like, literally. Like, Leon is correct here. And he says the fact that Celebrate stepped in themselves to say it's wrong should be an obvious indication it's wrong. It'd be like Microsoft stepped forward and said one of their programs is messed up. I don't know what is hard for them to understand. And not only do you have Celebrate and Ian Whiffen stepping forward, but Richard Green had to apologize on the stand for any aggravation he caused. And that man caused a lot of aggravation, not just aggravation, hurt, pain. You know, this conspiracy theory hurt a lot of people and still does. So his apology means nothing if he gets back up there and says the lie again. I don't understand how he is or why he would. Like, really not, though. A third party culprit is saying someone else did it, and they're naming the people that they think they did it. Jen McCabe is left off that list. That did it means like involved in it. So if you're going to name third party culprits, she would be one if she was one. She is not. That Google search has been debunked 72 and a half times. Like, it's really just that simple. Like, the fact that I know you do. I know. I showed you guys the baby for a minute last time, but I know my sister's not too keen on having her on the video. What? What happened? Listen, I'm not picking you up the whole time. You don't need to be held, lady. I'm trying to break the habit of her wanting to be held 24/7, you know? Yeah, exactly. If the prosecution had unmerited, just like Penny said here, if the prosecution had unmerited, guess who they would have been saying altered it? The prosecution. That's what they would have said. They would have said, oh, it was recorded that way. So they're altering it by changing it. Like, hey, Ash. I do give you guys a sneak peek when I can, you know? She is goddamn cute. Huh, baby? Huh. I can't even flip it because I'm on my phone. I don't even have my laptop with me. I have my phone. So I was like, oh, can I flip it? Wait, I can't flip it. Hold on. I know. Let's see. Say hi. Yes, say hello. Yeah. Tell everybody I'm a rock star. I'm a famous baby now. They don't know how eyeballs work. They don't. But I think the best one that has come out thus far today is the Michael Easter one, where they tell poor retired FBI Michael Easter that no, sir, you do not get to sit there and put a show on about how you think that the investigation was not done the way you think it was. There is no case in history that I know of, especially in Massachusetts, that has ever been allowed. And of course, the defense couldn't cite a single case. And if you watch my live stream that day, you heard me say it before like they did, which is it doesn't exist. There is no such case to cite. So, you know, I mean, it's kind of funny to me. Like, did they really think a judge was going to allow them, retired FBI, retired anything, law enforcement, to come in and be like, well, the investigation should have done X, Y, and Z. First of all, every city, every town, every state does things differently. And you want a retired Fed to tell you that what a state police or a local PD did was not the way it should be. What? Like, what in the actual hell? Like, I check mass courts, and I have people that get the documents for me. So I have been on X exactly one time today. But I will correct something that keeps being said, and I'm not exactly sure once again why it keeps being said. But Lindsay is not a journalist. She's not a independent journalist, a paid journalist, a media journalist. She's not a journalist. She writes beautifully. She's one of my very closest friends. She's an amazing human being. She's very strong. She's brave. And she's highly intelligent, but she is not a journalist. I'm not sure what is happening on why that keeps being said. She is not a journalist. I got permission to say that to you guys from her specifically because I just kept seeing it. I'm like, what is happening right now? I'm not quite understanding. Like, she doesn't have time to be a journalist. Let's just make that clear. Okay, just 4 beautiful babies. She does not have time for that. Like, even if the jury thinks the investigation is flawed, that's fine. It's, does the evidence prove that Karen Read hit John with her car? And I think it very much does. Her conflicting statements with all of these interviews are not going to help her, not even a little. Hi, Eva. You know, not even a little bit. Go ahead. I failed biology, but I remember convex concave. Anna. I just find it to be quite funny that the defense thought that they were going to, oh, that's the other one that they lost today, was they wanted to have evidence to show that ARCA wasn't biased. There was no way a judge was going to allow them to say in any way, shape, or form that ARCA is not biased. There's just no chance at all. And I said that, when they tried to file that, and ultimately, as I predicted, it was denied. The judge is not going to allow them to present ARCA as being independent ever again. They lied to the court. They had no candor to the court. Okay. And the judge found that they lied, stretched the truth. They lied, and they did it deliberately, and they did it consistently. Like, that is what the judge found with the defense team. They should be ashamed of themselves. And I predict there will be BBO complaints about them. So I don't. So that's the thing with Judge Canoe, right? Like the Karen Read people spell her name, Judge Canoe. Judge Canoe let them have third-party culprit last time, sort of, in a sort of a roundabout way. I think there's 2 things going on here. Either she lets them use third-party culprit and, quote, develop it like she did last time in a very strict way, or she allows them to go with the people they named. I just don't understand how she could allow them to go with the people they named, because Colin was not even there, as we know. So I think if she allows them third party, I don't think it would be appropriate for her to allow them to say shit about Colin. I just don't. There's no evidence that any of those people, and that's the problem, right? You have to have evidence that proves that. But there wasn't evidence or foundation last time, and she sort of let them, quote, develop it. So I'm not, I mean, if this was any other judge, I would say, no, absolutely, it will not be given to them. Absolutely not. They will not be allowed to do third party if this was any other judge. But with Judge Canoe, I'm just not positive that she won't let them have it anyway. Okay, girl, I'm turning you towards Miss Rachel. Chill out. All right. There we go. All right, that better? Not like sitting on her own. Okay. All right, chill out. There you go. Okay. She's mad at me because I moved her so she could see Miss Rachel, and for a second she couldn't see it. She was very upset with me. Cranky over here. Cranky. The dogs like the baby sounds. They should be excluded. There is no evidence. There is absolutely no evidence for any of that. Did he now? When did he say that? Does he have a Twitter? I love that guy. Or was he on Court TV? Because he's on Court TV a lot. Judge Cole. I know, right? At the very least, that Colin should be excluded. At the very least. But once again, when it comes to this judge, there are things I can predict 100% pretty easily because no judge would do it, and there's lots of legal precedent. And there are other things when it comes to this specific judge that I know it's gonna be something that I can't easily predict. Like when it comes to the third party culprit, she gave it to them last time, and she has been sort of giving them most of what she gave them last time, right? Like most of it. So I am going to go on the assumption that that's what she's going to continue to do is give them most of what she gave them last time, you know? Hey, Otter. I'm interested to see where Krowski said that. I love that. I love that. I love that for him. Tell him he can hire me as his paralegal. I'd be happy to do it. Hold on. We got hair on a binky here. Okay, all right. Chill, bruh. Hold on. Hold on. Give me 1 second, y'all. Miss Little TV over here. She's a teethin', y'all. Yeah, I absolutely love Krowski. He's right. He hits it right on the money. Vinny is still like freak. I don't know, like can't gauge that dude, but he very much seems like he is freak Henry. It's kind of obnoxious at this point because you have to be pretty stupid, and Vinny's not a stupid person, so it kind of agitates me. You know, it just does. I feel like he does it on purpose, though. You know, I love that. I absolutely love that. But yeah, exactly. I mean, I do expect that we will see a bunch of other motions. Yeah, for clicks and views. Exactly, Taylor. I think we'll see other motions come out today. Oh my goodness. Teedy McTeetherson. Yeah, right. That's exactly what Karen will sound like when she's cuffed and stuffed. Yes, that's exactly what Karen will sound like when she's cuffed and stuffed, Like, absolutely. For someone who was an attorney, you'd think he wouldn't ponder as much as he needs to ponder. And this is why I tell Julie Grant, like that she's awesome. I'm like, Julie, I appreciate like the stuff you do for the victims of all of this and that you don't sort of get swept up. Okay, girl. In the clicks and the views on how many viewers you're having on your show because she's on court TV at 8 in the morning. Um, so it's just obnoxious, you know? If y'all give me 2 seconds to just get this baby settled because she's cranking over here with her teeth issue. She doesn't like the phone apparently near her while she's cranky. So if y'all give me 2 seconds and do me a favor while you give me 2 seconds, if you hit the like button and the subscribe button. And if you can, it's very helpful. If anybody can donate to the channel, we're only a small channel and we only run off our donations from our viewers like you guys. That's it. So, give me 2 seconds to get her in a good position where she's happy because it doesn't seem she's happy with the position she's in at the moment. So, give me a second. We're gonna try more bottle. What's he gonna think? What do you think today? Huh? We're gonna try some more of that. Yeah, let's try that. Is that what we want? You want more of that? Yeah. Okay. Cool. Coolsy those. The cat's looking for the baby. I know. Yes, it will only do one thumbs up. One will do, but I appreciate it, Jimbo. I appreciate you, my friend. I absolutely appreciate all of you. It is definitely rough. You can only do one time, unfortunately. Have you noticed it's gone from Karen is factually innocent to any reasonable doubt? Me, I have noticed that. Who else has noticed that? Have you guys noticed that? Now it's like, oh, well, there's doubt. It's not factually innocent for most people anymore. It's but there's reasonable doubt. Don't you see the reasonable doubt? Like I have been seeing a lot of that on different channels, like Pat Brown's when she covered it. The one that covered it yesterday, which was, oh God, what was the channel's name? I actually reached out. He's a former law enforcement. And I found Chasing Evil, something like that. I actually reached out to him to see if maybe he would want to come on as a guest. I emailed him. I have not checked my emails though to see if he emailed back. But I did notice that. You are absolutely right, Kings. 100%. I did notice. Let's see. Sorry, I'm trying to get you guys' comments. Oh, they come wagging their tails. They're looking for the little person, you know? Mike Jafar despises Karen and tells it like it is. I have to check that out too. Is that his name? The last documentary definitely created loads of doubt vis-a-vis her innocence. I found that a lot of people are now saying that they were on, if you go on TikTok, a lot of people are saying like, oh, they were on her side. They were, a free Karen Read innocence person. They were on her team. And then they saw that documentary that just came out on ID. And now they are convinced that she is guilty. And it's like, bro, how did you guys not know that ahead of time? Like, I never understood that reasonable doubt, and everyone said it. Yeah, well, that's the thing, though. The doubt has to be reasonable, and it's not just any doubt. That's the thing. Oh my God, I did. We actually played some of them on here where he was like, "Don't like that." She said, "I witness intimidated. I don't like that." Karen knows I didn't do that, and it's like, bro, she just said the complete opposite on national television. So you can keep telling yourself that she does knows that you didn't do that, but it looks like she definitely knows that you did that. Is trying to save her own behind, and definitely said it on national TV there. But she is not having a good day with this teething thing. Not liking it, and they're too little to have the. They don't let the little ones have Oragel anymore. They say there's something in it that little kids can't have it. I'm like, that's the whole point of Oragel. So that's kind of a little crazy to me, if you ask me. Like, you know, he does know that he ruined his life for a killer. That's 100% factual. Like, we want to talk about things that are factual. Factually, he witness intimidated. Factually, he's going to jail. Factually, he's alive. My girls are laying with their ears up. The puppies all like the baby, apparently. Yeah, well, Oh, the little arms. Yeah, well, we're gonna get what you call it. Freak's gonna clip that for me. That specific part for me, so we can put that on X because I got a lot of messages about that, and like as we know, wait, Kate posted which clip? My clip? No, or the clips of him saying that. I think it was the clips of him saying that, right? Like, yeah, he, of course, like I didn't witness intimidate. I didn't witness intimidate. Like you did, bro. I don't like that. I don't like that. We don't like you, sir. It's not, rocket science here. Like, you're a bad human being. 1 plus 1 equals 2, even though you like to tell people 2 plus 3 equals 17. Like, you know, oh, he's a guest on court TV. They don't like him. He doesn't care. He's like, I don't care. F off. Like, I can't. Yes, definitely feel better, Anna. Delivery is so expensive, though. Speaking of delivery, I will thank one of my wonderful viewers who shall remain anonymous, but I will thank her for maybe for the put her in it for the oh boy put it. I will thank her for sending pizzas to my house. Delicious pizzas to my house too. They were bar pizzas, and I haven't had bar pizzas in a really long time. And me and my little absolutely devoured them, and they were delicious. And I appreciate you because all y'all had pizza yesterday, and I was like, pizza. Then I got a message after the live, and it was a DoorDash of pizza to my house. So I will thank her a million times over because it was delicious. And now that I know that that place serves bar pizza, I'm going to have to order there when I get paid because it's delicious. Like, yeah, it was perfectly fine for our kids. Oragel was perfectly good for our kids, just not apparently for anybody else. Where I need a little blanket here for the baby. Here we go. Because it's a little bit chilly outside. We're gonna walk around in the carriage because Missy over here just wants to be held. So give me 1 second, guys. Okay, sorry. I have the baby in the carriage, everyone. I do think it's going to take a long time now to find a jury. There's over like 1,000 jurors, but who's excited for that tomorrow? That's jury selection. Jury selection. Also, I think that we won't see some of these outstanding motions until trial starts. There are a few that the judge was like, nope, we're going to wait until trial. And so I think there's like 2 or 3 of them that we won't exactly see answers to right now. We'll definitely see most of them come between today and jury selection starting. But there's a couple that we're not going to see, you know? We're not going to see a couple of them until it starts. I know, right? It was delicious pizza. It was very good. I know. Back in the olden days, that's what grandparents used was whiskey, right? Like, can't do that no more. I'm sure they used it on me when I was a kid too, probably. I'm guessing. If I know my grandparents, they were very old school, God rest their souls. Yes, I do want to go to D&E. Like, I'm totally into going if we pick a day. It's just got to be while my little is at school, and I got to be obviously back before she gets off the bus. But I'm totally in on picking a day we can go to D&E and get some food. Like, so if anybody else wants in on that, you let us know. We'll totally do it. Yeah, see, I actually told my sister that, DJ. I said, get a washcloth and put it in the freezer for like an hour and then let her chomp on that. That's exactly what I told her because that's what I did with my kids. They just didn't seem to like the toys, you know, the bits of like plastic weren't their thing, you know, that they could gnaw on. Yeah, see, I don't usually do it either. It was definitely a treat. It was a treat. And I'm like, I appreciate the little things. Literally. Like the little things. Everybody knows I'm on like a Reese's miniature kick, like the Reese's minis, not the ones that are unwrapped and like teeny tiny, but like the regular Reese's minis that are wrapped and they come in a big bag. And like just getting something like that DoorDash to me makes my entire day. Like that's just like something small. Like small. It's the small things these days. I guess I'm getting old. Ah, the wind. The wind. Bullseye. She's laughing at me. She thinks I'm funny. Think I'm funny? Sometimes I think I'm funny too. Other times, not so much. Here we go. But yeah, I'm in for the D&E. You know, you got mail like AOL. It did used to be a cheap family dinner. Not no more. Not no more. Aw, that's so nice of you, Otter. I think we should definitely go down there, Ash. Me and you should take a day and go down sometime this week. And I can bring my computer too. I can plug in there. I can stream while we're there. I can also stream from my phone and, you know, switch back to my computer when we get there. So that's an option. So I do just the little things. Okay, I started one, Anna. I did. It was Freak's idea, and he was like, "Why don't you start an Amazon wish list?" And I was like, "I don't know, dude." It's like, just do it. And I'm like, I guess. I mean, I started making it, not expecting anything will ever be bought off of it. But I did start making the thing. So I guess I will put it. I don't even know where to put it. That's the thing. Like where to post it. Like even like in the video description, like on my Discord. Speaking of which, if you are not in my Discord, I am now starting to be a little more active in the Discord. I'm trying to grow the Discord. It's small right now because I have been ignoring it, and it's not that big, but I am starting to now do more with the Discord. So I did put the invite link to the Discord in the last video. So that was yesterday's video. So if you are not in said Discord of mine, please join said Discord. Also, if any of you are sending donations right this minute, like during the stream, can you just tell me in chat so that I can, if you don't want to and you want to remain anonymous, I'll just read it in the next one. But because I'm streaming on my phone and not from my computer, I can't go and look in my email for PayPal. The only things that are going to pop up are Venmo and Cash App. And I haven't seen anything like that pop up yet. So if you're doing it, I want to be able to thank you properly. So just let me know in the chat. I can put links in the chat. It was the motion to exclude testimony. So it wasn't a motion to exclude him completely, which I don't understand. Why not just exclude him completely? Because if that's what he's going to testify to, what else is he going to be able to testify to? But what they did was the judge excluded any testimony that would be him basically criticizing the investigation. It is insane how expensive everything is. Like just toilet paper and paper towels, like things that I need every day, like are expensive as hell. Like find myself buying one roll at a time, which actually costs more money in the long run. But if you can only afford one or two at the time, then that's what you do, right? Like, and it's ridiculously expensive. Like, but the motion is basically what the judge decided was it's going to exclude him being able to criticize the investigation. I don't think it's proper, and there's no legal precedent for it in a third party or a Bowden defense, like for a retired FBI agent to come in and complain about what he thinks the state or the local PD should have done. I mean, that's just absurdity in my book. Absolute absurdity. Never heard anything like that in my life. So a Discord is just like another app. We have a voice chat in there that I'm gonna start using probably at night. So instead of doing a stream at night, because it's harder for me to do streams at night with the kids in the hospital, with my other one and everything. So um, it's harder for me to do them at night. So, but what I can do is we have voice chats in Discord that I can come into. I can mute myself if I'm busy. Multiple people can talk. It's not just me. Anybody could get in there, hop in, and start talking. We wouldn't even know. It'll tell you like screen names of who's in there, but like if your screen name was LMNOP, we wouldn't even know like who you actually were. But I think it's a good way to keep conversation going when I can't stream. And it's a place where people can post documents, memes, information on the case, all that kind of stuff, and all in one place. So, it's pretty good. It is, just for the basics. Yeah, I come last on my own list of people to take care of. As anybody who's a mom knows that I take care of everybody else and then me. I'm last on that list. She's not a happy camper today at all. Not a happy camper today. It's a great way to like build your community further and have a place where like anybody can get in touch with me in a few minutes. If you just write at Twisted Tragedies, it will alert me that someone's adding me, and I can chat in there. I can either go into voice chat or I can just type in the different areas that I have set up. I have one set up for Turtle Doucherson, one for the Karen Read case, one for just general things, one for memes, all sorts of stuff. See, that's the thing is her naps consist of her screaming for 25 minutes until she falls asleep. She fights her sleep. She has FOMO like my daughter used to. Oh, I've been holding her all day. My sister wants to try to break that habit of her sort of being held 24/7, although I am going to pick her up right now. But my sister wants to try to. Yeah, it's another thing. We can watch stuff together, like other people's streams and stuff on there, which is fun. One second, y'all. Give me 1 second. I think we successfully have her almost all the way asleep. Clutching my sweatshirt though, I'm not gonna lie. I do that. She's like my daughter, she fights her sleep. You hear? She's still half fallen asleep. You do not want to hear my singing, Jack. You just don't. It's not good singing. All right. Now I have to attempt to put said baby down. I don't know how that's gonna work. screen. Hold on. Just want to make sure you guys can hear me. Can you all hear me now? Yes? Hopefully, yes. I think my screen was frozen for a minute there. Putting her down is not going to be an option. She's just going to have to stay in my arms. But I think this whole thing, oh, wait, maybe. Okay, you can hear me. Good. Just making sure. My headphones are in, so like, you never know. But yeah, we had a couple motions, Suzanne. One was for the jury, all their information to be impounded, and then like spectators or journalists aren't allowed to describe them as, Machado and Douchey Doucherson did last time. And then we had the one with Easter where he's not going to be allowed to testify to how crappy he thinks that investigation was. Because I don't know why you would even attempt to do an a retired FBI agent to complain about a state or a local PD investigation that just doesn't even, I don't know any judge that would have allowed that anyway. There's no precedent for that. It just doesn't exist. Hey, Jude. Hey, guys, I'm working. However, just checking in to say hi and ask a question. Does anybody know what Karen Reed's reason was for pulling out of the driveway at around 5 a.m.? She was going to look for John in the 2 square miles. That was her thing. I wanted to go look for John 2 square miles we were previously that previous night. That's what she said. When she called Carrie to come pick her up, did she drive to Carrie's house? So she drove to Jen's house. And Matt heard her outside screaming for Jen. So she drove to Jen's house. And then Carrie pulled up outside of Jen's house because Jen said, well, she came here. She's at my house. So when did her car end up when she were at the crime scene? Her car was back at John's house. They went back to John's house because Carrie and Jen were like, hey, like, did you check the house for him? And she's like, no. And they're like, all right, well, let's go back to the house and check. Now, here's the thing. The only reason you wouldn't check the house for him, right, is because you knew he's not there. Like, here's the thing. If I wake up and my husband is not next to me in bed, right, or your wife, whatever you have, right, your husband or your wife's not next to you in bed, you get up, and then what's the first thing you do? You check your house, right? You check your damn house. She didn't even check John's house to see if he was in another bedroom, sleeping it off in the car. Like, she didn't even attempt to check. So she went to the 2 square miles, went to Jen's. Jen and her and Carrie drove back with Carrie following Karen, or vice versa, whatever. Karen pulls into John's. They go in. They look at the taillight outside John's house because Karen's like, look at my taillight, you guys. And do you think something happened? And Carrie's like, no, I don't think something happened. I think, you cracked your taillight, but I don't know how you did it. Like, and then they go in the house. Now, at some point, Karen doesn't even take off her shoes, even though she knows that's John's pet peeve. Carrie and Jen both take off their shoes because they know how John is with shoes in the house. So they take off their shoes. Karen does not take off her shoes. She stops them in the middle of them looking for John and says, like, let's go back out and look for him. So that's when they go back to Fairview. Okay. And they take Carrie's car to do that. If that clears that up for you, Jude. Yeah, exactly. And then called to see if he was cracked. I wouldn't have been looking for him right away, right? I would have assumed he left that party and went to another one, is probably crashing on a friend's couch, probably got too drunk, and someone was like, no, we're not gonna, let you leave until you're sober, like whatever. But I wouldn't be looking for him at 4 or 5 in the morning, dude. I'd be assuming that he was sleeping it off somewhere. She knew, right? Why wouldn't she just assume exactly that he was somewhere else still? She absolutely 100% freaking knew. Like, come on now. So I hope that clears up. Hey, Francesca, watching from the bushes. I hope that clears some, I am normal. That's true. I mean, I don't know what normal is technically, I don't know what normal technically is. I don't consider myself normal. I'm kind of a nerd, so I guess that's not really normal, but yeah, when she recalls quote memories, she does it in present tense language instead of past tense. Also, like, what she also does this thing where she like distances herself from John in ways by calling him things like that body and that man. And like when people ask her about him, she's just very not sympathetic, empathetic, like any of those things, things that you would think she should or would be. Give me 1 second, guys. I just have to like move positions here. Sorry, guys. I had to like try to plug my phone in until like 5%, and I want to be able to talk to you guys, and I'm holding the baby, so I gotta switch positions here. All right. Yeah, she knows what she did. Exactly, Jude Rupp. She knows what she did. Oh, you're totally welcome, Jude. All of them, yes. Every, I think it's like 400 hours of tape, and it's like a ridiculous amount, but the judge allowed the Commonwealth to get all of it. All of it. And we talked about yesterday how the Commonwealth put in a motion to do the oh my god, I'm drawing a blank. To do the basically it's when the defense has to agree to facts in the case. So basically, the Commonwealth wrote up a list of things that they think are sufficient facts that the defense should stipulate to. So it's a motion to have the defense stipulate means like agree to things as if they are fact. So things that they said in the interviews with Karen, things that they said like even off camera or edited out in interviews, like all those different types of things. They filed that motion. I haven't seen any movement on that motion yet, but that is something that I told you guys would probably happen because they're going to have one of two choices. Yannetti and Jackson can either stipulate to those being facts, as they already know the Commonwealth knows they are because they're on record, like they have the records of it now, whether it's video or notes or whatever from interviews and stuff, or they can be put on the witness stand, which creates a bigger freaking problem. So King said a liar might start with past tense language and then change to present tense mid-sentence. Spoke to the client today and he liked the idea. It should be liked the idea if it's a true memory. That's true. You're right about that. What is all the physical evidence against Karen Read? Well, I mean, you have the taillight pieces on John's clothing. You have the hair on her bumper, the DNA inside her housing taillight. You have the data from John's phone, Karen's phone, the Waze data from his phone, the GPS data from his phone, and then you have the EDR data in the infotainment system data in Karen's car, which we just got 8 more gigabytes of information on that. Yeah, listen, me too. When she said that body, I could have lost my ever loving mind. That body, like what? Hello, Miss Lisa. It was that just gave me chills. Yes, thank you for stipulate. That's the word I was looking for. As I'm tired. I've been up since 5. I had a very early doctor's appointment. Then I had to come here, so I am freaking exhausted. And then I have to. My daughter had her second hand surgery today, so that's the next thing after all of this. So it's been a long day. Yeah, I'll tell you, Peggy and Paul are absolute rock stars, and they deal with this in a way that I don't think that I could. I would probably have lost my ever loving mind and probably ended up needing to be bailed out by now. And they're just amazingly strong people, and then they have all of her own actions and words and all the interviews, even the parts that were clipped out. Remember, the Commonwealth is getting all of that. So like even parts we haven't seen that were edited, like they have all of it. Yep, the phone logs, the text messages, yep, her car data, all of it. All of it. Yep. John's clothes, the fact that there's no goddamn dog, anything. Also, Hank went and got not only molds of the dog's mouth, but the paws as well. to prove there were not dog scratches by any stretch of the imagination. Hi, Diana. Yep. Then all the witnesses, the glass. Yep. And now, oh, hey, now we know, right? Yeah, his shoe that flew off, right? I can't believe it either, but it does, you know. No, no, publicly the data is not out there yet. They sealed or impounded quite a bit of information. Apparently, Dick is still so obsessed he has to do a vlog about you again. Oh, of course. Of course he did. That's, you know, it's what he does, bro. Like, I don't know anyone at this point that even listens to anything that he says. Like, I just don't. Like, who in the actual fuck listens to a word that man says at this point? I just want to know. Like, no, it's not just the people in the house. You have all the first responders. You have all of the firemen, EMT, and then you have the civilian witnesses, people Karen called that morning, the kids. Like, there are more people than just people that were in the house. Thank you, Suzanne. I am on. I feel pretty good about a conviction. And I know Hank pays attention to detail. Thank you, Kings. I know that he does, and I think he will get this job done. I think you'll find. You know, I've thought about that, Lisa, but they are doing the best they can. They have put in certain things that they're going to do, you know, background checks, social media. You know, they have a very long questionnaire. And you have to remember, they're calling over 1,000 jurors to make sure that they do the best they can to get an impartial jury. It was a success, but as you know, recovery is going to be painful, and it's only one of, you know, many things to come she's going to have to deal with, unfortunately. So I wish the hospital was closer to my house. That would make it a lot easier. Or if I had a car, that would make it a lot easier. But I cannot afford to buy even a $5,000 hoopty because I don't have $5,000. So I have 2,000. Never mind 5. So Diana said Turtle Boy swears he will be in the court at all the time because he's a journalist. Yeah, it's not the way it works. If you're a witness in a case, it doesn't matter if you're a journalist or not. You still cannot be in the courthouse. That's not the way it works. He's an idiot. He doesn't care, and he fails to recognize, Diana, with that very genius brain of his and his very small arms, that all of that will be used against him. His own words are going to be used against him, and a judge is not going to be kind to him as he spits it in the face of justice in the court system. So I don't exactly know why he keeps running his mouth, but he better go fucking catch the thing and zip it before he finds himself with more time than he, you know, anticipated. Like, yes, it is. Yes, it is, ma'am. There should be a picture of me and 2 of my littles. Thank you, Kimmy. Yeah, make sure you guys, if you're PayPaling or whatever, you tell me in chat because I can't look at my emails because I'm streaming from my phone today. Usually I stream from my computer and I can look at it from my phone, but I can't do both. Otherwise it comes off the screen. So thank you, Suzanne. I appreciate that. He thinks his followers are going to give a shit about my story that's closer to a decade old. Not only that, but the shit that they say about you is just so ridiculous. Like, it's so ridiculous. It's like, dude, a person who was a state trooper who had accolades for the work that she did with police dogs, like, the fact that he spun that story into ruining your career to begin with, okay? But like the fact that anybody listens to anything that he freaking says and doesn't go, wait a second, hold on, like, or why, if somebody had a question, and it's funny because like you're such an open book, I don't like, if you had a question and you weren't just trolling, like Lee would just tell you, you know what I mean? Like she would literally just tell you. So it's so weird to me that any of these people believe a fucking word he says. The fact that he put you in another vlog is so fucking stupid. Like, dude, get over it. She doesn't like you. Nobody likes you, douchey doucherson. Like, get a effing life, guy. Like, stalking all your exes is like not what normal people do. Usually people like move on, or, you know, stalking people that like can expose you for the piece of shit that you are, or all your ex-girlfriends, like, it's not normal behavior, dude. Like, you belong in a straitjacket, locked far away from society. Taylor said, I was actually hoping it would be postponed. All the Free Care and Read cult members who planned time off from work, travel, hotels would have been in would have been in a mess. Ultimately, I'm glad it's starting on April Fool's Day. I know, right? I am going to, I think people do. And here's the thing. They're like, where were you guys the entire time? When we showed up for the first protest, I have the whole thing. Obviously, I recorded it when we went, but for safety reasons, realistically. And the other reason was there were so many of you that wanted to be a support for the family. Oh, a choosies while you're sleeping. There were so many people that wanted to be a support that don't live in the state. And that was the best way that I could have them, you guys, be a part of it, was to stream it. And we knew also they like to pull a lot of like false, like, oh, I was pushed over, one of them assaulted me. So we made sure that we, not only did I stream it, but other people did from other angles, video recorded to make sure. But I remember them saying like, oh, well, why are you guys here now? Because none of us can spend all day sitting in front of a courthouse every single day like buffoons. Like, clearly it means none of you have jobs, or you took a vacation to sit in front of a courthouse for 2 months, which is ultimately just friggin' sad if you have no life that much that you need to take your vacation or your paid time off for that. Like, go do something with your family. Like, that's just absurdity. Like, we came out there because we had had enough. And the night before, the Pink Cult decided they were going to go to the VFW where the O'Keefes and the witnesses were in a private event they were having there while they were waiting for the, jury to come back. And they decided they were going to go there and harass them. So the next morning, that night, we decided, and with the help of Julie Ginto, who helped plan the entire thing, we decided in like a group chat that we were going to go there the next morning, and we, did it together. And we walked into the fucking inferno of, hell is what I'll call it with these people. I got assaulted. And of course they screamed obscenities, blah, blah, blah. They did not like our protest for the family and the witnesses and anybody who's been a victim of these buffoons. They thought that their First Amendment right is the only one that matters. God, forbid we be there and wear blue in memory of John with his badge number. And how dare we come and support the victim and his family and the witnesses who have been harassed and people like us who have been harassed just for speaking up. Like, how dare we? Their First Amendment right is just definitely far more important than ours. It's just like the most hypocritical, hilarious nonsense I have ever seen a day in my life. It was absolute freaking absurdity. That's for damn sure. For damn sure. Like, I can't. But I'm glad we did it though. Like, I'm glad we did it. Kimberly, thank you so much for the $20 donation on Venmo. I just got it just now. I appreciate you. Hey, it's our first one of the day, guys. I appreciate you. Jude said, seriously, like 50 people who never met prior to that night would all be in on the conspiracy. Yeah, well, that's the thing. It would have to be more than 50 at this point. The cult has said that I'm in on the conspiracy. Like, that's like, okay, they have dragged me, Leah, Lindsay, Kate into said conspiracy. Like, this whole, like, oh, your comment. I don't think I can. Hold on. I pull it down from the top. I can see it from the top, but I don't know if I can get the comment because hold on, let's see if it pops up on like the regular thing. Because if I come off the screen I'm on, it kind of shuts down the stream. So I can pull it down from the top, which shows me the amount and who it's from, but it doesn't show me the comment unless I come off this screen and open up Venmo itself. God damn it. Hey, Aurora. I just came back from the vet. We're both very tired. My baby dog seems to be fine. Aw, love for the baby dog. 10 days of no jumps, runs, and 4 meals a day. I don't even know why I eat 1 meal a day. So damn 4. Netflix this month. Runaway Jury, good movie. Oh, Tainted Jury. Well, let's hope it's not a Tainted Jury. Laura said, feel some jurors might fear harassment, retaliation. Well, that's going to be part of them picking the jury. That's something that like they'll body the jury into saying like, hey, are you feeling any sort of like retaliation or harassment or whatever? And then they can dismiss that juror if they have that fear. So no, I don't have a car, unfortunately. It's been over a year and it's a hard world to not have a car, especially when you have one kid in the hospital and one kid at home. And it's, my sister helps me out when she can. I borrowed her car this morning to go to the doctors, and usually she'll bring me over to the grocery store. Thankfully, she lives in the same town I do. But she's my only like living family member that can like help. So if she's not available, I'm ultimately mostly screwed. But I do have a good friend, Jamie, that helps me out when she can, and I appreciate her for that as well. Yeah, they're very small arms. They're dinosaur arms. They're really, really small arms. Like, yeah, I'm glad your pup's okay too. From where are the people for the jury? They're from Norfolk County, but I will remind people, Norfolk County isn't like a small county. It's not like where you're thinking like rural, Carolinas or rural Idaho, where it might be like 10,000 people. We're talking close to 1 million people in the county of Norfolk alone. And it's not just 1 or 2 or 3 towns. Norfolk County is humongous. It runs almost across the state, kind of like. So Diana, I saw that. I've seen the little turd arms. Yes, I've seen at least 5 new ones in the last like month. I mean, realistically, they watch streams like mine and they realize like the money's not in telling the truth, right? They count. Like I've literally had them be like, oh, you only make like $60 a stream, or if that, 40 sometimes. You're right. Sometimes I don't make any a stream at all. Like it's the nature of being a smaller channel. But I would rather be broke and tell the truth than rich and have to lie to people to be rich or to get that money, because it's deplorable. It's disgusting. And I'm not just someone who came here to stream this trial. I came to help with many other cases. And I've been doing volunteer advocacy work, which is unpaid, for the last 18 years. I've worked in the criminal justice system in a jail for the criminally insane. I myself have been sober 18 years from opiates. I am a survivor of domestic violence. I am a survivor of childhood abuse. I am a survivor in general. And for all of those things, it has made me a stronger person. I have been through hell and back, just as many of you have in life. But every one of those things made me the person that I am today. It gave me the knowledge that I have today, and that I'm able to help people with the knowledge that I have. And I am grateful for that. I am absolutely grateful for that. No, you didn't. She said, never once did I do something wrong on the job other than run me and Danny's plates because I had a local cop stalking me. Yeah, that was different though. That was different. It's just crazy. Like, I'm sorry. I know. I try to keep my swearing to a minimum, Laura. My bad. I don't know anyone in real that has heard about this case. Not everyone cares about true crime, so hopefully a fair. That's the thing. Not everybody has heard about this case. There are people. Yeah, absolutely obsessed. Obsessed. Yes. Yes, she is. Absolutely. And she was tortured for years. Like he doesn't just give up after like a year realizing nobody wants anything to do with him. He tortures for years. Yeah, he doesn't know how to read the room, unfortunately. Like he just doesn't. I do think karma will work itself out, and I think it's on its way, I do. I think it's on its way. Yeah, thank you guys. She had a little sneeze in her sleep. I am. Me too, Jack. I'm counting on karma. I am counting on it. Like, yeah, the siding with the murderer thing lets me know. I did get it. I did get it. I don't know. I think there will be many alternates because we almost ran out. I do know what you mean. I know exactly what you mean. We're having parties up in this mother. We're going to get lots of foods, and we're going to have a good time for ourselves when she comes to visit. It's going to be amazing. Yes, thank you so much, Kimmy. I appreciate you. I appreciate anybody that donates to the channel, because you're using your own hard-earned money to say like, hey, Elise, we appreciate what you do, or hey, we like your content, or like, it's you guys' sort of way of like helping out. Like, it does cost money to stream. It's not free. Like, so I got to cover costs before I ever make a penny. And then when I do, I oftentimes use it to cover things like toilet paper and food in my house, groceries, So I appreciate you guys just as much as you guys appreciate me bringing the content. So, and for that, if anybody else wants to hit the like button. There's 247 of you between, two things. Make sure you hit the like button and subscribe and share this video with a friend that like hasn't heard of my channel, like maybe there's other people you talk to that don't even know I exist, and, word of mouth is sort of the best way to get it out there. And when the videos are not live anymore, if you guys go and comment on them, I'll respond back. Every comment I respond back to, as long as like YouTube doesn't filter it out on their own, then somehow I don't see it. But everyone that I can see, I comment back to. And that at least helps the algorithm realize that people are watching the video and commenting on it. So it sort of kicks it back out to more people. And obviously, if you can, and only if you can donate to the channel with the information that's on the screen right there, Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, and I appreciate it. You know, I like to say thank you to every person because without you guys, where am I, right? Like, the Omni. I haven't been to the Omni in forever. I feel like I would want to go to the Omni. I would think they would want to see people who are from the legal community, maybe. No, never enough toilet paper. Never. Bye, Anna. Feel better. Yeah, pink shirted people probably is mostly what they're looking for. I think we'll have a pretty good chance of them getting a decent jury, I think. Like I do, honestly. Never feel stupid. There are also no stupid questions here. I love making sure that like people understand every like legal aspect of what is happening, like how a trial is run and all that stuff. So if there's like a question that any of you guys have, like shoot them off, you know? Like give them to me. Like it's my niece. My niece, she is 7 months. It's my niece. She is asleep in my arms. And I have girls. I have all girls. God bless me with all girls. You know, you guys know how that goes if you're a girl mom. Well, that's the thing. There was a lot of blood, and I love when they say like, "Oh, there was only 6 drops of blood." No, there wasn't. There was a lot of blood around where he was found, and it seeped into the ground. Like it was all around him on the ground. Like when he was hit by Karen, it had just started sticking to the ground. The snow just started. So there's a reason why when they took him, there was ground underneath him, not snow, not inches of snow, but actual ground and dirt, and that's what was underneath him. So it's amazing to me that these people sit here and say things like, "Where was all the blood?" It was right there. And as a matter of fact, Karen herself was like, there was so much blood. I was covered in John's blood. And then people still say, well, there was only 6 drops. No, there was 6 cups that they used of blood. I also saw that they put Kelleher on the witness list. He's the guy who was the cop that lived across the street, Tom Kelleher. So I saw that he is on the witness list, and I saw that 150 person witness list today. Guess who the first person on that is? Toodly douche is the first person on the list. Oh my God, that's hilarious. That's what people call me for short, Kimmy. It's Twisted. You know, Elise, obviously my name, but Twisted is what people usually call me. Like, so it's so funny. Like, actually, when I'm in public, people recognize my voice before they recognize my face. They're like, hey, I know that voice. I know it. And I'm like, maybe. They're like, are you on YouTube? I'm like, yep, that's me. Normally I do a full video too, but since I have my niece, I decided I would keep the video off. Oh, now we're awake. Now that's funny. Oh yeah, that was a very short nap, Missy. No, I do think she'll be convicted. I do think she will be convicted. I also find it hilarious he's on the witness list because he keeps putting his little fist up in the air like, I'm still going to be in the courthouse because I'm a journalist. When in reality, no, he's not. It doesn't matter if you're a journalist. You actually still have to have like, you have to follow the rules unless you are exempt, and he is not exempt. You are a witness, sir. So you think journalists have never been witnesses in cases before? No, you're not allowed to just sit in the courthouse. If you are a witness and you are not exempt, which thus far he is not exempt, that means you cannot be in there. You cannot watch the trial. You cannot report on the trial. You can't do shiitake, sir. Like, you can't do shit. Na poo poo. Yeah, Twisted Sister. I'm trying to finish up my like little merch store online so people can get their own Twisted merch, you know. I'm working on that too. I'm working on that. I'm working on the Amazon thing. I'm I do things little by little. I feel like there's not enough hours in the day to get everything over and talk to all the sources and get all the court documents. And there's just so much to do and not enough time to do it all. That's for sure. And then I come over here like a good auntie and I help watch you. Ha! Yes, while mommy's working. You know, they're probably not going to go for working people. At least not people that, because some jobs only give like, a week if you have to do like jury trial. Not that they really have an option, but you wouldn't be getting paid. And if that would be a burden on you, then the court doesn't allow you to be a juror if it's going to be a financial burden. So most of the time, it's people who are retired or people who are like so financially sound that they don't have to worry about missing work for a very long extended period, even months, you know. So, I don't know. It's probably going to be a mix of a little bit of everything, realistically. I do, I do know why. There's a lot that goes into all of that. There's just a lot that happens, I guess, behind closed doors that people just don't know about. Um, and there's a lot of things that I think that people shouldn't have done that they did. And I'll basically just say that there's a lot of shenanigans and a lot of things that people don't even realize are happening that happen behind closed doors. So um, it's a lot, to be honest with you guys. It's a lot. One day I will tell the entirety of that story, but I'll leave that for when it's appropriate. Justice for John is right. That is absolutely right. And his family and his friends and his supporters, like, let's not forget all of the people who got, harassed and intimidated and blackmailed throughout this entirety of this fiasco, this trial, this circus, for speaking up for the truth, for speaking up for the witnesses, for speaking up for the family, for bothering to call the Tudor douche out on his dear sewer behavior. Because there are so many victims in all of this, and so many people's lives that have been altered and ruined, and so much pain involved in all of this, and it far extends beyond the witnesses and the family in this case. Just like I think Phelps said it best, where it's like it's over 100 people at this point, and their pain doesn't not mean anything. Just because they're not the witnesses or part of the family doesn't make their pain any less relevant. It doesn't make what they went through, what they continue to go through, any less relevant. And I just want everybody to remember that there are far more victims than just those few now, unfortunately. And we can all thank Karen Read and Smithers and Mr. Burns and the Turtle for all of that. The sewer turtle can be thanked for most through Karen. So that's another thing I think we might hear something about when it comes to Judge Cannone tomorrow, is the alternate juror that has, quote, joined Karen's defense team. I do think we will hear something. I think Hank will say something, or we'll hear something from the judge tomorrow about it. I'm dying to see. I mean, I don't know how many of you are streaming with me or streaming with Kevin or whoever, but I am streaming it. So it'll be closer to 9 because I have a little to get on the bus, but it'll be closer to 9, but we won't miss anything. Print on demand. I don't. I'll have to look into that though. Print on demand. I don't think I have heard of that one. I have a Cricut, so I literally can make it myself. It's just about having like the time and the money to do that. So I don't. So I could make a bigger overhead if I made them all myself. But since I don't have the time to make them all, I could do once in a while. I could make a couple for people, but I think it would be easier to make them online and have the companies print them and then send them to people that way. Most of that pressure is taken off of me, but I'll have to look into that. What's so funny? She thinks it's funny. Putting TV on the witness list was a genius move by Brennan. Do you guys remember, most of you who have been with me for a while, remember me saying something, weeks and weeks and weeks, maybe even months back, saying like, Hank Brennan's going to do something to make sure that he is not in that courthouse. He's going to do something, whether it's filing a motion or like this was that something. this was that something. That was Hank Brennan's way of being like, oh, okay, like you're part of witness intimidation. You can show consciousness of guilt. You're now a witness, sir. Sorry, you can't sit in on the hearings. Like he won the motion for what? Oh, for a protective order. I find that hilarious that he even wanted a protective order. He consistently keeps breaking the protective order of all of Lindsay's phone extraction information, like constantly. He still breaks it. So the fact that he wants his information protected after he sat there and said that the Alberts and McCabe must be guilty, if they want their information protected, they should not want to hide everything. They should want to show everything. Just shows you what an absolute hypocrite the man is, you know? Yes, ma'am. Sounds good to me. When it's nicer outside, we're gonna have like an outdoor party at my house. I have the outdoor space to do it, so we can definitely do that. And we're still planning a trip to D&E. Me and Ashley want to go down to D&E. So any of you guys want to come with us, let's plan that. You know? Right? Trial hasn't even started, and he handicapped the defense. Well, you know what? I like to think that the defense sort of handicapped themselves with the bullshit that they pulled. You know, the judge pretty much let them know, like, you guys lied consistently over and over again. There wasn't candor to the court. You continue to freaking lie. Like, the judge is no dummy, dude. She knows what they're doing, you know? Like, she knows. It was brilliant. It absolutely was freaking brilliant. I agree. Copious amounts of vodka. Copious amounts of having a party. And you guys realize like how many so there was that clip that I saw of the hero and his little tiny arms doing the Karen, you know, watching the thing, and then he's like, you know, I want to go home. I'm gonna go home, and he goes, and don't say have a drink. Don't say have a drink. Please don't say have a drink. And she says, have a drink. And it's like, bro, I think the one time I will ever agree with that piece of human garbage, waste of oxygen sewer turtle is when he said, dude, you're on trial for DUIing and killing someone while DUIing, and you think it's a smart idea to tell people that you need to go home and have a drink? I'm sorry, what? Not, she has had so many pictures taken of her out to dinner with her having drinks, having drinks, having drinks, having drinks. Like, dude, this is the reason why they should have had drug testing for her. Not that you would have caught alcohol with it, but it would have been another layer of at least a deterrent for her to stop fucking drinking, dude. Like, stop drinking. Seriously. Stop. It's ridiculous. Like, oh, my cat and I can unequivocally answer that. What? I can unequivocally answer that as yes, he's going to be sued into oblivion. And she's already being sued by the O'Keefe family, but make no mistake, they won't be the only ones, you know? They won't. That's another thing that she said that I was like, is this real life? It's me or you, Jen McCabe. Well, I promise you it's not Jen, considering she told the truth, you know? So for her to be like, it's me or you, Jen, me or you. Well, you're the only one who did something wrong there, bub. So I guess it's you then, Karen. Like, chill, bruh, chill. Listen, this cranking fussing. We used to call my daughter when she was little, instead of Frankenstein, we would call her Crank and Fuss, because when she was teething, she was like a little Frankenstein. She was just cranky and fussy, so we called her Little Crank and Fuss. I think Missy is Crank and Fuss. All right. Chill, broski, chill. How about we change a bum? That sound good? Yeah? Okay. Okay. She sure lets you know when she's not happy, huh? Can we change you? Can we change you? Can we change you? Is that funny? She thinks we're funny, guys. What happened to your sock? Boop! Boop! Your socky fell off. Boop! Your socky fell off. Boop-a-dee-doop-a-doo. Boop-a-dee-doop-a-doo. This is the one reason why I'm old now, you know, so having babies is out of my realm, but this is why it's great to have nieces and nephews, and because you can give them back at the end of the day, huh? Yeah, you can give them back. So all the cryings, and I enjoy hanging out and getting my baby snuggled, but Auntie is getting too old for any more littles. Yeah, Auntie's too old. Say, you're old, Auntie, you're old. She's giving me that very unimpressed looking face right now, you guys. It's kind of cute, I'm not gonna lie. She's giving me the all right. What do we got? Ooh, where's your foot? Here we go. What's this? What's this? Here we go. What's that? Miss Little Cranky over here. Yeah, well, you know. I haven't done shorts yet. I've been thinking about trying to do clips and shorts. I have. But I think that is something I definitely may look into later on today. Because people have been asking me about, you know, clips and shorts. And I think it might be a good idea to put a couple clips and shorts of, yes, exactly, the faces, the really, really crazy statements. Like, yeah, it's this stream, Brian. Yep, you're in it. I mean, if you don't like it, there's a door that you can go out if you want. I mean, I don't know. Like, yeah, I try to mute when she gets a little too crank. You know, I think that's exactly why she called him a pervert, because she thought he was with Bella's mom. You know. Oh yeah, those eyes. Those eyes. She is 7 months, Suzanne. She's still little. No, not your sound. I try to mute when she's giving a little crank and fuss, because I don't think everybody wants to hear her screaming. But I try to calm her down first. But she wants to do what she wants to do. She's just not happy today. Karen's eyes look exactly like Charles Manson if you put their pics side by side. Oh my God, you're gonna have to send me that picture. Then I can do like a side by side on a meme. I can make those. Hi, Eva. Oh my God, you finally saw it? Yeah, so Jackson actually asked them to take certain things out, apparently, right? Oh God. Melanie Little. Amber? Is that who you're talking about? Melanie Little? I don't know. I can't watch her. She gives me anxiety. Like her facial expressions and her acting like she knows things when she clearly does not, because you can tell by the way she like says it, is amazing to me. Like, but I mean, I don't know why she would be saying no spoilers. Everything, at least that had come out when I started this stream, that was on the docket, I already read to you guys. I mean, if there's anything that's come out in the next that just came out in an hour and 40 minutes that I've been on, usually I get like a message, a text message or a Facebook message telling me while I'm live if something happens. So I think she just hates Jen so much because they found that like Google search after 6 and she realized, oh shit, I did ask her to Google that, but like I could use that as a scapegoat if this guy's going to continue to say it was 2:27. So, you know, that's what I'm guessing, at least that's what I'm guessing. Let's see. She does have nightmare eyes, Lou. You hit the nail on the head on that one. It's like even in the ones where she was a kid, the clips of her as a kid, I'm like, what is happening here? Like, yeah, Karen Reed wanting to go home and have another drink. Like, oh, I'm gonna go. Like, what? It's just so lack of self awareness. Like, I think John had been over it for days at that point. As we know, like the 2 days prior, they were arguing. Manson lamps. Oh my god, I can't. That's hilarious. I literally cannot even deal. Like, yeah, I wonder what it is, Amber, because I've went over all the ones that were at least up when I started streaming. So, what'd you think of it, Eva? What'd you think? Karen's eyes look exactly like Charles Manson if you put their pics side by. Oh yeah, I read that one. Sorry. Not Shirley Manson, like Eileen Warnos. Yeah, that lady was insane. If you've ever watched anything about Eileen Warnos, that she was something else. That one. I also think like they never probably got that lady her proper meds ever. I don't think because she clearly needed some like psychological help that she never got. Yeah, I agree with you, Jack. In my book, I feel the same. I can't either. I don't know how people do it. I literally don't. And remember, she's a civil attorney who actually doesn't clearly know a single thing about criminal law because I can tell you from some of the things that she has said that not even aren't true but don't make any sense. And clearly she has not bothered to look up the Massachusetts laws. She just says shit and then hopes that everybody's going to listen to her because she claims, oh, well, I'm a lawyer, right? Like, no, she's a civil lawyer. Like, and also it's the grift for her, right? Like, it's the grift. A lot of these people won't even answer their comments. They ignore all their comments until somebody super chats them and then they'll read it. So if they see the same person saying the same thing multiple times, they'll wait until that person super chats them and then they'll read it. Like that is just like a horrible way into tricking people, in my opinion. Like people are going to donate if they want to. Like that's it. If they enjoy your content, if they want to say thank you, if they want to help your channel, like they will choose to when they want to, not when you want them to. That's just trickery in my opinion. But it's like even those bigger channels don't necessarily need to do that. Like they're already getting them without having to like do stuff like that. So I just don't get why they choose to do that. Listen, Missy. Hi, Jolie. Sorry, my niece is teething hard, and so she is a cranky baby today. Yeah, I read the ones that I thought that the judge ruled on. Before I was live, at least, I read those ones. Yeah, the pacifier's not seeming to be her thing. She doesn't want it. Yep, I went over that one. The FBI expert denied the we can't even call him an expert. He's just an ex-FBI guy. Hey, that's not a bad idea. Frozen bagel. That's not a bad idea. Right? Thanks, guys. That was a good idea. Thanks, Suzanne. Frozen bagel is actually a good idea. I used to freeze the. She was just sleeping. The face cloths. I told my sister to try that frozen face cloth. To try the frozen face cloth. Stupid is as stupid does, DJ. You can say that again. Like, yeah, those home videos are scary to me. Like, absolutely scary to me. Like, an order in community. Yeah, the protective order. Yep, we went over that. Third party culprit defense. Yeah. Wait, the third party culprit one is showing, but it is. I wonder if it's already the things that I went over or not, though. Like, and Charlize Theron did nail that part in Monster. You are 100% correct. Yeah, I wish Karen could read the room PBR. She's not one of those people that can read the room, you know. But that home footage is very scary to me. As someone who has daughters, like that, like I don't see where they didn't see the red flags back then, you know. So I wonder if anybody can check that third party defense thing. I'm obviously live right now, but everything that came out before I came live, I can't see. That's the thing. Without my computer, I don't have my computer with me. I can't do two things at once. So I can't even look at like PayPal. If anybody PayPal'd me, I can't see that. So that's why I tell you guys to just tell me in chat if you did, so that way I can thank you. Because I can't see it while I'm on my phone streaming. But also, I'll also read them in the morning tomorrow. Like anybody who does donate today, and obviously you guys know how to. That isn't Cash App or Venmo because those ones will pop up at the top of my screen. I can read those on Cash App and Venmo. But PayPal, I can't see because I would have to go into my email. But anybody who does today, I'll read them first thing in the morning tomorrow because, I always want to thank people, and I appreciate it because it does help. Like people don't realize a little bit from one person, a little bit from another, it all comes together and it all does help. That's another thing, Karen's sister. That's the thing that's like a mystery to me that I really want to know. Like, is like, what's the deal with Karen's sister? Right? And yeah, you can tell with the attention seeking behavior that it was when she was a child. Not that all kids don't do that. They all want the attention on them, of course, they're children. But, the way she looked in those videos, I was like, why would you ever hand that over to a documentary when like you're being accused of murdering someone? Like, I don't like, you guys looked at that footage and was like, yeah, this is the one we'll give them. Like, what? Like, yeah, my sister just gave her something cold she had in the freezer, so she is not in on that right now. Yeah, it is kind of the same, like my picture. Actually, when I was making my channel, I needed an icon, obviously, and I needed a backdrop. And so I had AI, it's a one of a kind, you'll never see this anywhere. I had AI make me one. I gave it the description of what I wanted. For each one of the things. And this is what AI gave me for my icon, which I very much appreciate because I absolutely love it. Well, that's it. She definitely worships herself. I mean, I can't remember, maybe it was Kate that said on her video, like, this is someone she went to, like, who used to go to, like, local pubs to eat, and now she's eating at 5-star, steak houses and like staying in the seaport. Like her life didn't get worse. She's not in debt. It got better from all the people donating to her quote legal defense fund that she doesn't need to pay legal fees anymore. I mean, I can, but I can't do two things at once on this phone. We are lying. I mean, I can multitask. I just don't have the option to go onto a different screen. Otherwise, I lose you guys, unfortunately. That's the thing. StreamYard needs to get an app. Get with it, StreamYard. Get a damn app already. Some streaming platforms like have an app you can use. Like for some reason, StreamYard does not yet have an app. So there's certain things you can't do on a phone, which is just silly to me. My streaming schedule it'll be every day. So when the trial starts, at least, we'll be there obviously before anything starts at 9. So we'll be on shortly before 9, and we'll go. I might take lunch. I like to do lunch as a break where we can talk about everything that happened in that day. But I haven't decided if I'm gonna log off for lunch and come back, or if I'm gonna stay live. Because last time I was trying to eat and like feed myself, and it was difficult. I mean, I obviously can't cook if I'm live, so these days I skip meals sometimes because groceries are freaking expensive. So I got to figure out how that's going to work. Maybe I can just buy some Lunchables. I don't know. I have to figure out whether I'm going to stay on during lunch and talk about what happened, because obviously I'm going to at least for a few minutes, but I have to figure out if I'm going to stay on for the whole time or if I'm going to take a lunch break for myself. I'm not sure yet. But it'll be, before 9, and then when it wraps up around 4. Sometimes a little after 4. Oh, that's the other one that I saw this morning. Thank you, Francesca. Was the wireless buds that Karen wanted. She wanted the wireless earbuds so she didn't have to get up and go to sidebar. And the judge was kind of like, well, she has the right to get up and go to sidebar like any other defendant. And of course, I think that Alan Jackson and David Giannetti realized that her getting up and going to every single sidebar, because most defendants choose not to, looks ridiculous and looks controlling. So they wanted her to just be able to look like she wasn't getting up and able to have her still be able to hear it. And the judge was kind of like, yeah, no, like that's not happening. So yeah, they denied it. They're not giving her that there's no reason for an accommodation for that, the judge said. There's no reason that she needs that accommodation. I mean, I don't know why the judge didn't outright deny it right there on the bench, because she didn't need time to think about it. There's no reason for that kind of accommodation for her. Nobody else gets that. She can get up like everyone else. She did it in the first trial. She can do it in the second. Like, she's definitely the product of nobody, I don't think, ever holding her accountable, and daddy always fixing everything. The mother just looks like she's in La La Land half the time. Like no one's home upstairs. She kind of just looks like she's like staring off into the abyss, waiting for somebody to tell her to say something, Lou said, I think she realized she hit him after and was plotting. In my opinion, she knowingly left him there thinking he may have gotten up after she clipped him. That's reckless indifference to human life. Yeah, I agree with you that I think she knew what she did. There's no effing way she didn't, dude. It just doesn't make sense to me to think that she didn't know, and all the things that she did afterwards that show me she did. That's the thing. Like, that's what gets me. Like, I do think that she might let the third party in because she did in the first trial. Hi, Bree Bree. Hey, mommy. He'll have the ruling, so it was denied, because you would only get like a pages of ruling if it was denied most of the time. We would still know on the docket whether it was either approved or denied. If you're waiting for pages to come out, that might mean that it was denied. I don't know. Or maybe there's a half and half. I don't know. So I guess we'll find out. Hi, I love you. I love your stinking face. I know. That's exactly what we should be doing. And I intend on putting something together exactly like that through the people that love John. And making a video about something like that, like a standalone video, not a live stream. Thank you, Eva, though, for that update. I appreciate you. Yes, all children want it, But yes, exactly. It's your job as a parent to like set boundaries and give consequences. And if you don't give your children consequences, then they never learn that what they're doing is wrong and they could get that consequence. And I don't think Karen Reed was ever taught that. Money bought everything away in her family, you know? I think if the judge was just going to allow it, though, she would have. There wouldn't be a decision to wait for. Like, there wouldn't be paperwork to read if she just approved it. So I'm confused. Oh, absolutely. She thinks she's a superstar. She's definitely more happier than she has ever been, Kimmy. You are absolutely right. Like, you can see, like, she thinks she's such a superstar. And, like, all of the money that she's been given, she's just been living high off the hog off of it. She doesn't have to worry about saving it because it's not hers, right? Like, she could just spend, spend, spend. Give me 1 second, guys. I just realized it's 2:57 anyway. So I'm gonna have to skedaddle anyway because I gotta go get my little off the bus. Off the bus. But I love you guys, and I will be back in the morning. I'm actually going to be on my Discord at some point today. So I think you guys should get onto that link for the Discord. It's in the last video. It's in the description of that video. So I'm going to be doing voice chat over there and also regular text chat over there tonight and a little bit during the day. So make sure you join that. I appreciate all of you. I know it's been a rough stream today because we got cranky baby, but tomorrow we will be on before 9 o'clock a.m. It'll be a little bit after 8:30, but before 9, and we will start doing this juror thing. So I will meet you guys over in Discord in about two hours, I would say. It's 3 now, so around 5. I will be in the Discord in voice chat and in the regular part of it. Please give the video a like and a subscribe. I would appreciate it. If you can donate to the channel, that's even more helpful. That ticker at the bottom of the screen shows you how you can do it. Cash App, Venmo, PayPal. If any of you guys did do a PayPal, I absolutely will read it tomorrow before we start the live stream because I can't flip back and forth from streaming from my phone. But I appreciate you guys bearing with me and little Mickey over here today. And I appreciate it. And I will see you guys tomorrow and some of you later on in my Discord. Have an amazing day, everybody.